This is a Nitro short course, and Nitro short courses, other than the tracks of Slayer, are pretty much nowhere to be found. Time to start it up. I'm gonna do a real live time process on what I actually do. Let's see what it takes. Remove the body, put the transmitter on first, turn the car on, verify your electronics work. Fuel is in. And now the most important part, priming. I have to make sure that I see fuel come through this line and into the carburetor. If I don't, that's not a good sign. Okay, I could clearly see fuel in the fuel lines. Looks like it's already good to go. It's a little hard to tell, but trust me, there's fuel in here. Oh, there we go, I heard it. Yeah. Two-speed, baby, two-speed. That two-speed kick. Idle is a little high. You don't want the car to roll the way it's rolling right now. It seems that the idle has settled down. I've adjusted the throttle trim here. It's perfect. It's not rolling away anymore. It idles so nice. Let's go. Two-speed, baby, two-speed. It's pretty good, pretty good. Handles pretty great. Stock steering servo, stock everything. Brakes are great. Only downside, this engine doesn't really get those really high RPMs. Oh, looks like we got a little malfunction. Don't know what's going on. Oh no, it's okay. Well, that's a problem. You're not supposed to have that. All right, guys, we had a slight little issue. No big deal. Just the back pressure line came off. Radio, stop beeping. I gotta replace the batteries in you. I know, I remember. Just shut up. I'm gonna turn it off, actually. All right, so you saw that. I was giving it throttle a little bit there. Thought something was broken, but man, this succeeded as reliable as my Prius. The only thing that happened is this fuel line from the top of the tank, which creates back pressure in the pipe, came off. That's not a problem at all. I'm gonna allow this to cool down a little bit. Engine is actually pretty good. I can touch it. So I'm gonna show you the spit test. This is when you put spit on the coolant head. You notice how it's not readily boiling? It's a little bit kind of boily, but this is okay. Engine is running beautiful. This is, I would say, optimal operating temperature for the spit test. A little bit down and dirty type of thing, but you know, the Nitro gang, we like the spit test, if you know what I'm saying. We still got fuel in the tank there. It's gonna let this cool down a little bit and I'm gonna put this back. Let's carve them corners. Oh, safe, we're safe. Oh! No problem. Flipping is nothing. No problem. Oh. Oh, looks like we might have a wheel problem. I see a little bit of wobbling over there. I see a wheel wobble. Being in a Nitro gang is not all fun and games. You see this injury I got? That's right, I'm bleeding. I'm shedding blood for the Nitro gang. Fortunately, it's my fault. I was kind of an idiot. You know, it's cold outside. I'm dressed pretty warm, but when it's cold and you have a screwdriver in your hand, sometimes it just slips right into your hand. There it is, guys. We're done. You saw those runs. I'm very happy with the way this thing performed. I gotta say, it's not one of the most high RPM engines. You know, the Traxxas TRX 3.3, even the 2.5R has more RPM than this. But this thing starts, it runs really nice. I mean, literally idles just so good. When I try to turn it off and I put my finger on the exhaust here, it took like 3 seconds to shut off. This is a Nitro short course, and Nitro short courses, other than the Traxxas Slayer, are pretty much nowhere to be found. This is one of the, you know, non-name brand ones, but it runs fairly good. If it wasn't for the terrible shocks, this thing would actually be pretty much a beast. The brakes are good, the power is adequate, it's got a 2-speed that actually shifts at all times, it runs the larger diameter Traxxas Mini Summit wheels really well. This Nitro right here, I could honestly say I've owned for the longest out of any of mine. It might not be the oldest car of my fleet, but I've had it for the longest. You do your maintenance, you're gonna have a runner for at least a decade. You could do a couple of gallons through these and they're still gonna be good. See you later.
Schwarzenegger. I need to speak to my wife. Hi, honey. How are you?
Hello?
It's from Google Maps. I can't find you.
But you've been here many times. It's at the end of McLean.
I'm heading up now. Send me your location. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a police officer.
I'm walking down the streets of Manhattan. Now I know for a fact that this store is actually closed. I just Googled it and it is now in Tonnelle Avenue in New Jersey. AHC 1931, America's Hobby Center. Man, I love that store. What I really liked about that store is whenever you made any purchase there, they always gave you like half a quart of nitro fuel. That's a lot of money. So from what I remember, this store was basically right over here. This looks like a sushi store now. So you know what? At one time they sold me a Tamiya Terra Crusher. They gave me some free nitro fuel, and now they're making some sushi. I guess that's the way of the world in capitalism. Alright, just a little bit of a side note adventure, you know, some of the kind of stuff I like to do on my lunchtime. See you later. Max Trax is out.
Hasta la vista,